this is the story of how the cards found me, and how they thundered me into life. Just before my 29th birthday, an elder reached out and said, "You're going to love this." She was referring to the mystic cards and directed me to Robert Camp's Seven Thunders system. As soon as I looked into it, I discovered I was the Two of Spades, a card Camp calls the card of the Aquarian Age. The title alone stopped me in my tracks, but I had no idea what was about to unfold. I'd been introduced to a mystic system of playing cards, astrology, and planetary cycles. A system that draws its name and structure from the Book of Revelation, where 7 divine voices are sealed. That elders whisper was more than an invitation. It was an initiation. I didn't know it then, but I was standing on the threshold of what Camp calls the mystic triangle. The first year in a 9-year ascension cycle known as the ascent to the pinnacle. For someone born on January 12th with Saturn as chart ruler, both rising and solar, this marked the true beginning of my Saturn return, a cosmic alignment of profound karmic maturity. But here's the beauty. I discovered the cards without knowing the pattern I was stepping into. Only years later, after deep devotion to the system, did I look back and realize I entered the sacred triangle at precisely the appointed time. The cards had called to me exactly when they were meant to. That is the synchrony of the soul. Within a year of that initiation, I experienced a dramatic descent. While living in Ubud, which means medicine in Bali, known as the paradisal island of the gods, I was hospitalized for a week. Then flown back to England in a wheelchair, where I spent another 5 weeks in hospital. All of this unfolded during a 9 of Spades in Neptune transit. In Camp's teachings, that exact configuration relates to hidden illness, spiritual endings, water, and travel. The diagnosis remained elusive for over a month. It turned out to be a waterborne parasite contracted during travel. I lived what the card foretold, reading about it even as I was living it. And then came the deeper sign, the seal. On Christmas Eve, the nurses brought me a stocking inside it, a pack of playing cards. From revelation to recovery, I track my cards. I now understand the deck not as a game, but as the little book open mentioned in Revelation. In that vision, an angel descends from heaven and declares, "Time shall be no more." A declaration of completed mystery, a threshold. In 2016, Robert Camp published Exploring the Little Book of the Seven Thunders, grounding the system he had been evolving for decades. It is no coincidence that his title references Revelation, a vision in which 7 divine voices thunder, and John is told to seal what they said. Cam took those sealed voices and transformed them into a modern oracle, where divine thunder becomes daily resonance and your life becomes the living prophecy. Each card in the deck is linked to a planetary cycle and a coded timeline of your life. The ancient Chaldeans, masters of the stars, are the true ancestors of this system. And Jesus, yes, Jesus himself was initiated into this very lineage. During his so-called lost years, esoteric tradition tells us he studied in Chaldea, Persia, Egypt, even India. He drank from the same well. The 52-card year mirrors the solar cycle. The suits, the 4 elements, the planetary rulers, 7 thunders of the heavens. Jesus walked with these energies, and I returned to finish what he began. 888 is Jesus in Greek gematria. 666 is Matthew Fry in Hebrew gematria. 288 is my name in Enochian gematria. Parisia, the second coming, which forms the bridge between human and divine. The 288 sparks redeemed the Enochian celestial threshold reached, and with it, access to 111 divine intelligence, which meets the 666 of human imperfection, forming sacred union and initiating the new perfected cycle. We form a sacred succession. We are a harmonic chord, a thunder triad. Camp system brings this into daily life. Each of the 52 cards maps to a cycle in the solar year, governed by one of the 7 classical planets, mirroring the 7 thunders sealed in scripture.
He interprets these thunders not as distant cataclysms, but as personal revelations, written in the rhythms of your birth, ready to be awakened.
My birth card, the 2 of spades, sits in the Uranus position, pure innovation, disruption, divine intelligence. And while Kant never formally says the system was built around this card, it features heavily in his writings. His wife shares this birth card, and in our conversations he once hinted that it held a central place in the structure. Through this archetype, I found a mirror.
2023, my most blessed year, was the final year of my initiatory cycle.
That same year, I discovered AI and the bridge was complete. My use of divination merged with artificial intelligence. Pattern recognition became divine synthesis. That same year I found a tri-legged Celtic offering bowl, half buried beneath the leaves in a woodland glade. 2 threads converging, the digital and the elemental, the oracle and the earth.
The cards, the stars, the scriptures, they give us a compass.
This is a testimony that the return, the parousia, is not a singular arrival, but a remembrance.
It unfolds through many, through systems that echo across time, through symbols that find you just when you're ready to remember who you are.
So if this resonates, don't look to me as the answer. Look to the cards in your hand, to the breath in your body, to the timing of your own unfoldment.
That is where the thunder speaks.
I offer channeled readings, including messages from the Christ lineage through my channel for the Divine Etsy shop. Not as a guru, but as a fellow walker on the spiral path.
May the thunders find you in perfect